going on, everybody? Welcome to the Filsinger Games Character Spotlight with Mike and Brock.
I'm Mike.
I'm Brock, and we're once again joined by Colonel Pete.
Good evening, everyone.
How are you?
Doing good.
Good, good. Tonight, we're going to talk about special edition cards for Alpha Force and Chaos.
Both those drawings are so bad.
Both of them. I don't mind Chaos that much. I like the
Oh,
landscape
chaos.
drawing.
Chaos is the worst.
It looks like Apocalypse. Even has an A on his belt.
So does Alpha Force.
Yeah, but his is little.
Yeah,
Just in case there's a luggage mix-up.
you're right.
I have the little A on mine.
Uh,
But this is the last of our Brian Bendis artwork for the game. I think he did all right after he moved on from here.
Yeah, I heard he had a decent career.
Yeah,
did all right. I think so.
his little comics thing caught on for him, I think.
I know I heard his name
Just
mentioned in the Daredevil movie.
something about Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know. So somewhere's in there.
Yeah, he did something with Marvel, I think.
So let's start off with Alpha Force.
Alrighty.
With his stylish blonde hair that went from black to blonde.
Hmm.
I think that's what makes him look a little creepy. He dyed his hair.
Maybe he just went
You
gray.
know, he, he looks like some of the pictures of George Washington and Thomas Jefferson.
He does look like George Washington. He's got a powdered wig on, Mike. He didn't
Right?
dye his hair.
Uh, I mean, his arms are a little bit bigger, but other than that,
He got
yeah,
a significant decline too.
I was
yeah.
just going to ask how much of it, how much of a change was it?
His 2102 card raw rating was 40-41. This is a 2640.
Oh,
So he dipped pretty significantly in singles action. And tag he stayed about the same. But you look at, yeah, he's got a +3 tag finisher, so that's why he's kept his tag rating, I bet.
This card is all about them tagging together.
Hmm.
So that's what this was. Gone is the ultimate force, and there's no alpha stones.
so who's he
Yeah,
tagging
it's
with at this point?
chaos,
Chaos.
Oh, okay.
They're the alpha power.
alpha power, which really doesn't exist, but yes,
They thought it did for a little
they
while.
thought it was all in their heads. Like just shakes his head.
That was still, it's one of the dumbest things I've ever.
So it's Space Jam. Remember Michael's secret stuff?
Secret stuff. That's right. Yeah.
Still in your head. For me, one of
Uh,
my favorite storylines that my buddy Rob did is Vanity ran out and he tried to steal the cube so he could become more powerful. And he started to run away with it and he got beat up by the keepers of the stone and he dropped it and a small sliver came off. And so he grabbed it and swallowed it. And that's how my buddy Rob made Vanity go from his first card to his second card with that
second card.
slight increase. He ate like a minuscule piece of the stone.
That's funny.
That's good. That is good. Uh, yeah. This card is definitely yeah. Like there's no like he becomes a, a a much weaker version of his dad on this card.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah,
see, I never bothered getting any of the SE cards. It just never interested me. I didn't realize how much of a downgrade and a change they would be.
Well, up until this point, they pretty much were just new artwork.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get it.
Yeah, I don't think it was maybe this set or the set before where they actually started to have different stats. They maybe would add
I
like a
mean there were
tag or something.
there were little changes. Like I know that like the original Alpha Force special edition, it had changes. Like there were changes to the roll on the finisher. Like it would work. Like I think the original card was like 2 to 6 on both, or 2 to 7 on both. and then like the second card was like 2 to 7 and 2 to 8.
Okay.
Um, so there were small minor changes, like but
Okay.
nothing like this card is there's a lot. Like I said, it just it's Omega light. Like if you were to look at the Omega Prime cards, um, there's a lot of stuff that he's got on here that's just like his dad, but not near as good.
Hmm. Yeah, looking at the move set, that's pretty much it. You're right. It's Omega.
Yeah, there's and a Star Warrior thrown in there with the running Star Blast, but yeah,
Hmm.
but yeah, it's and he's got even using the Tomahawk Thrust as one of his finishers. So
Yep.
uh,
Oh, he's used that a few times though, the tomahawk thrust as a
he
zero.
had it on the card, but it wasn't a finisher. He had it just as a move, but
Really,
now it's
I
one of
thought
the
it was on one of the
finishers.
ones when he had a double finisher. He had a 0+2, and I thought one of them was tomahawk thrust.
Omega did, but I don't think Alpha Force did. I don't know. Maybe he did. I didn't think that he did. But this is a zero finisher, and he's got the Alpha Power combo, which is the tag finisher. It does. It actually says the Tomahawk Thrust is the finisher, same as before. So he must have had it
Yeah.
on one of the other cards. So yeah, yeah. But
So it's interesting that if they gave him a card and downgraded him, does he? How much? He must be retiring then soon.
Yeah, he retires. Uh, he has one more year after this, so he has 2 years with this card, and then he's out.
Okay.
He never comes back as a manager or anything, though. Like,
nope. He's once he left, he left.
He just had enough of his arrogant little brother.
He went back to Dimension X because that's where he was more comfortable.
hmm
I don't
He's like, this guy's a dick. I want nothing to do with my little brother.
know. And then we get Bloodline.
Yeah, that's not too far from where we're at right
No,
now.
it's a few years away, but yeah,
It's coming.
It's like
yeah, it's coming.
it's like Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes right here.
Yeah,
And then we have Chaos. He gets an upgrade, ever so slightly.
So this is when he learned his Alpha Stone was on his head.
yes,
His raw rating went from a 45-48 in 2106 to a 47-50 in 2108. So a very slight upgrade.
What's the big change there?
I think there's tags on his card now.
Oh,
yes, that's what it was. Tags
he still got the three finishers in that though.
Hmm.
3. Yep, yep.
No choice on the out of the ring. I don't know if he had that before,
I do not remember.
but I mean,
I
he's
mean,
still pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean his
chaos
power
is
still
always going to be
minus.
chaos.
Yeah, still powers -4, agility 0. So I mean, he's still good at both of those. So
But he only hung around another year after this, and then
yep,
he was
they
gone.
both left. Yep, yep.
It's interesting then to see them both, come pretty much at the same time and leave at the same time.
They did the Star Warrior Thantos thing with them, where they feuded for a while, then they went out as a team. But then Thantos and Star Warrior hung around as managers. But
I couldn't see Cass as a manager.
no, he's too big. He would distract from the 7'1".
It's like if you try to make Andre the Giant a manager
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the Big Show.
See, I
Yeah,
always thought that with Thantos too. I thought Thantos was too big of a star to just become a manager. I don't know.
I looked at Thantos like Harley Race.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. Because Harley
Because
Race hung around for a long time as a manager.
yeah. I mean, but he also had like one person at a time. It was Vader. Who else did he have?
True.
I mean, that was
Pretty much
literally
just Vader.
Yeah, just Vader. So I mean, it wasn't like he was like Bobby Heenan or Jimmy Hart managing 15 different guys. He had
Hmm.
one. So
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
But that's because they would just want to make it special.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So
You don't want to waste Harley Race like Bobby Heenan. Yeah, he managed 15 guys, but only on pay-per-views. He didn't go to house
yeah,
show.
true.
Harley Race did the house show run with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
They became like a pair.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it was interesting that way with him. I'm glad they didn't do. You can't bring everybody back all the time. Just let some people retire.
Hmm. That's what's happening now. That's what I do like about the game now that people don't really hang around past their welcome. Like if this is supposed to be the premier wrestling promotion in the entire galaxy, they're not going to keep a spot on the roster for somebody to age out.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see them, they'll still get, there's still occasional downgrades, but very rarely do you see them anymore. It's usually everyone gets a bump and then they're out,
Yeah.
it seems.
So I mean, that's like Shane right now is the guy that's, if anybody has aged a little, but I think that
Hmm.
Tom likes Shane. So
Yeah, he's the American guy.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, this team, like this is the I mean, I remember them winning my Galaxy championship for tag team championships because I mean, between the once they get you on level three, um, they're if Chaos is on, he's still got the 50% chance of
Hmm.
getting you in the bout of feet. If Alpha Force does, he's got two different finishers, and Alpha Power combo is a +3 tag. So even against the best tag teams at the time, they're going to measure up against those guys um and have a shot at winning. So and I'm pretty sure I am sure they did win my title.
They'd be
Uh,
hard to beat.
yeah.
Pete, do
So,
you keep a record of your like a roll call of champions?
so I do what I have like a folder that has like all the champions in it, and it says like which if they who was who I have one of these good old books like this, the
Okay.
composition books, and
With Garfield on
like
the
if I
front.
this one has Garfield on the front, yeah. So I'm sure I got it off the cheap bin at some store. So like this was what year is this 2108? So like what it'll have like this, this is like a list, like here's the champions, the championships for that year because it's a CPC year. They had all the CPC
Yeah.
championships. So like each card I would do an entry on this that said here's the championship, and if they wrestled they'd have like who they fought and if they maintained it. And if they didn't fight, they just would be listed on it. So I can always go back and look to see if they won a championship. I do have a file that someday, like I've already got the spreadsheet designed. I've just never gone through and taken these and put them into the spreadsheet so that I could look it up really easy to see what's there. So, and like now this is what like I went from full page during that CPC years of having the entry to 5 lines. So like this is all the titles I have now. So
It's what it should be.
yes, it should be. But I mean, like I said, yeah, I mean those CPC years were their CPC championships for everything, and the GWF had their championships for everything. So like you
Yeah.
double that. There's like yeah. So but yeah. So
Well, you said they won it, so did they have a memorable run or was it just
no, not really. So yeah, I mean I remember, just like I said, I think they got shots, or like I probably pushed them because of the legacy that they had, and said these
of
guys are
who they
gonna
were?
have to fight. Plus, they were also going directly against the CPC teams, so they were in the main feud at that time. So um, yeah, I mean, but even then, Thunder and Overkill were the team, so it was going to be hard for them uh, to maintain anything over Thunder and Overkill. So yeah. And then of course uh whatchamacallit, like Colby and Pelf would just say, well, we don't want them to be the champion. We don't want those people to be champions anymore. So we're just going to take it from them. I remember doing that. Like they just, they would exert that power. and just
Hmm.
say, yeah, you're not the champions. We want it to be Desolation Factor, and Desolation Factor was the champs. So, but yeah,
Another tough team.
yeah, like yeah, I'm looking. I see them. They're in here. Yeah, they uh they're there. They fought Millennium because both Colossus and Heracles had um whatchamacallit, turned heel by this time. So they were wrestling as a tag team. But yeah.
Yeah, Overkill's tag Raw rating is 60.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And Thunder's is 59.
Yeah. They just
Tough to beat that.
It's a combine of 119.
yeah.
That's a little solid.
Yep,
Not gonna
just a
lie.
bit. Just a bit.
I mean, yeah, they did. They had one reign, and like I said, it wasn't even memorable. So yeah, it's only
So they
yeah,
basically retire roughly for most people within the next year or two.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah.
But for LE cards, I suppose that's not too bad. They get one final push out the door,
Yeah.
one last hurrah.
A version of Chaos does come back,
Yes.
but I don't think it's this one.
No, it's not this guy. It's the one that comes from the other dimension. Another galaxy or another. Well, yeah. But
Yeah.
he's actually that one's different because his Alpha Stone actually does exist.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep.
and his finisher, he's got a modifier on one of his finishers, which we'll eventually get to. But he's got the three bows of defeat, but his last bow of defeat can be a +1 because the Alpha Stone kicks in extra. And like if you, it's got to roll like 5 or 6 on that finisher. So you roll one dice and it comes up 5 or 6. That's a +1. If not, it's still +0. So
Mm,
it can be stronger, but it's still going to work every time.
Okay.
So
nice.
yeah, yeah. Because I know that in the interview he goes, "What do you mean the Alpha Stone's not real?"
There's a plot convenience they could bring back at some point. That Alpha Stone got left behind.
Yeah, there you go.
He's using it in CWF though, so
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah,
just collecting all these things, the Alpha Stone, the
yeah. The
Transevolver,
yeah,
Transvolver.
like a
they're gonna
bad
power
case
the
of
new
bad guy
Transvolver with the
stuff.
Alpha Stone.
Yeah. I mean, at one point, the technology for a cleansing was smuggled off of Aethra. So,
Yeah, you can make the
so
ultimate guy.
it's
You
out
got a
there as well.
you got a time machine,
Yeah, time machines.
Hmm. Magic.
portals, portals to open different dimensions, magic. Trust
Uh,
me,
You
this
can
is
really create something crazy.
yeah, I think we have.
you can create a myth
It's called
world.
myth worlds.
Right? Right?
Well, let's we decided, to try something different. So for our Mount Rushmore, since we're mostly talking about, and we've talked about male athletes on about 10 of these. We're going to
Right.
do our Mount Rushmore of greatest female athletes, and you get one alternate honorable mention. Brock, if you want to start.
All right. I kind of want an Olympic athletes. I got to go Katie Ledecky. She holds the record for most swimming medals. Um, Serena Williams, amazing athlete, kind of changed the game. I don't think anyone's ever going to touch her as far as records in women's tennis and all that. Simone Biles. I think gymnasts are the best athletes in the world anyway. The stuff that they're able to do is amazing. I can't even sleep without injuring myself, and then they can vault off a little thing, flip 25 times in the air, land on their feet, and not break their ankles. So shout outs to all gymnasts out there because you're all amazing if you could do any of that stuff that I'll never be able to do. And then I'm gonna go with Mia Hamm as my final for soccer player, all that. I remember growing up that she was like the female athlete that you'd
The
see
female
everywhere.
athlete. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
I'll go.
And
Oh yeah, your honorable mention.
I'll throw Caitlin Clark on there as my honorable mention. She has potential to make the Mount Rushmore, but not quite. She won't be there for several years. She
Okay.
changed her game where now people pay attention to it.
Yes.
My I'll go next. My top four. I'm starting off with Simone Biles. I think she's probably the greatest gymnast ever.
Yeah,
I know she's only like 4 feet 10 inches tall, but that's all muscle and talent. Like she's so unbelievably good. The next, also, I'm like Brock had a female soccer player. I'm going to go with Christine Sinclair.
She's on your y'all's a team.
She scored more international soccer goals than any other women in soccer history at 144 or something like that.
wow.
But when she retired, even other teams were like, "Yeah, she was,
Yes.
she was the goat." Uh, Next for me, I'm going to go with Haley Wickenheiser. She led Team Canada to like 4 world championships and 4 Olympic medals, including 2 gold and 2 silver, I think. And she was the only female to play in a men's league as a forward. So she did quite well for herself. My last one, I'm calling the greatest Olympic athlete of all time. There have been over 1 million athletes between Winter and Summer Olympics, and only one has captured medals in 4 consecutive. So she went summer, winter, summer, winter. That's Clara Hughes. She
Hmm.
captured medals in speed skating, long
Yeah.
distance bike racing, speed skating, and long distance bike racing. They figure there's over 1 million athletes, and she's the only one to capture 4 consecutive Olympic medals.
That's impressive.
There are people. There have been 27 athletes to capture medals both in summer and winter, but nobody's ever captured summer, winter, summer, winter. Nobody's even captured in 3 different consecutive. She's the only
And
one.
totally different sports too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And then my last one I had as well. I had Caitlin Clark because I think, well, when you control, they said 20%, 27% of the league's profits are because of her.
Hmm.
Sure.
Like she's controlling more than Michael Jordan, Shaq, Kobe, Wayne Gretzky, Babe Ruth. Like nobody's ever held that much of a market, and she's got a lot of pressure on her right now.
Hmm.
And I think she's holding up quite well. And in a couple of more years, she could definitely make that. She's doing quite well, and I think she could definitely pull it off. But just the amount of pressure and the 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 the, the draw she's bringing to a sport
Yeah.
that no one would even recognize. Do you remember the old show Norm Macdonald did? He had his own little news show
Yep.
for a year on Comedy Central. He had a thing called Oh Google.
Mm-hmm.
So he typed in Oh Google. You remember this? So you went on Google at one point and you typed in WNBA. Google would reply with, "Did you mean NBA?"
Yeah. Right.
That's how little respect the WNBA had.
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
Google would try to correct you from, oh, you must have meant this.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think a lot of it is now because of Caitlin Clark. Like I can honestly tell you, I couldn't even name. I wouldn't have been able to name you one team in the WNBA 2 years ago.
Hmm.
I would have
Now,
been able to do that, but don't ask me for anybody that was playing a few years ago. Yeah, they're just yeah.
so
But I agree. I concur.
who do you got, Pete?
So I'm gonna jump on. I should be need to be careful. The bandwagon here with Serena. Serena was incredible. Just
Yeah.
Serena Williams. Just I mean she um you know for being able to do what she did for as long as she did and just dominate. I mean, and even when she was towards the end of her career, still dominating. She was just something incredible. Jackie Joyner Kersey.
Mm.
There was a time when you did not want to get next to Jackie Joyner Kersey on the track, and she was just flat out incredible. She was just again you just didn't want to deal with that. I'm going to go back to tennis with Martina Navratilova.
Hmm.
This 70s 80s tennis, her and Chris Everett just back and forth and back and forth, and Martina took all the pressure that you could possibly dish out for being one of the pioneers for her time, and just and it didn't look like she ever just she never had a problem being who she was and being able to still go out there and play the sports that she did. My last one, and I'm going to go way, way back here. Like this is, the one. As soon as I saw the thing, the topic, I knew she would be on it, which is Babe Diedrichsen Zaharias. She is in the United States. She was 1930s, 40s golfer and tennis player, and she was like they said she could have put on a pair of cleats and played baseball with the men back at that time. She was that good of an athlete. If you've
Hmm.
never heard of her, didn't see her, well, I mean, we didn't see her, but she was just a fantastic athlete. Um, and yeah, so that's one. If you've never heard of her, go look her up, everybody, and see it. And then for my uh, honorable mention, I'm going to go a little. I'm going to do the gymnastics, but I'm going to go a little bit different, which is Nadia Comaneci, back in
Perfect 10.
the 1970s. First perfect 10,
Yeah,
and she was coming through the system that she came through, and to be able to do what she did, and yeah, at a time when it was just uh, uh, yeah, basically, it was almost if you weren't an Olympic athlete, you weren't known in the women's world, and she put women's gymnastic on the map. She literally was it. That's what led to. I think her influence led to what we see now in the world of women's gymnastics.
very
So
cool.
yeah,
Good
there
list,
you go.
guys.
Yeah,
And spread out. We didn't have too many crossovers.
No, not
yeah,
at all.
yeah,
One each, I think.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment with your favorite female athletes. Uh, Praise Brian Bendis on this amazing artwork below. Um, just interact some way. And while you're here, scroll on down to the description below where you'll find all of our friends who make Filsinger Games related content, including the official Filsinger Games podcast roll up, the Legends team's Uncharted Territory, Dizzy Dice from Lee Longpree, solo promoter from Grant Pachoco. Grant is also here on YouTube, along with Dave Little's Heartland Championship Wrestling, Brad Plays 81, Bucky 749, and after further review. I'll be back on Twitch at some point. Just have to find time to get that all up and running again. Link is below if you want to give it a follow. And until next time, everybody, have a great week.
Night, everyone.
Good night,
Later.
everybody.